Good morning. Today's Friday at 6:56 a.m. I got an offer from Uber Eats to go to Albertsons and shop for 4 items. I'm going to get $12.11 for 6.8 miles. Whoa. I got the app going at 6:45 this morning, and nothing was coming in that was $2 for every mile. So when I saw this one, I thought, well, that's close enough to $2 for every mile, and the number of items that I'm shopping for is really low. So that's why I took it. And then something about the cross streets for the offer looked familiar. So that's another reason why I took it. I thought, well, I'm not 100% sure, but I think this offer is going to take me back to my hotspot zone. So that's why I pretty much just took it. It's like everything just seemed to make sense. So I said, let's just try it and see how it goes. I'm shopping for, it looks like eggs and avocado, oranges, and cucumber. Wow, that's going to be really easy. So basically, I just have to go to the produce side of the store, and that's where the majority of the items are at. And then just head over to where the eggs are, which is not that much further. It's like halfway down the store at the far end. And then check out. So it should be a pretty simple one. And then this particular offer, I don't have to use my Uber Eats physical card to pay for it. There's a barcode that shows up on the phone that I'll use to pay for the order. And I just take the scanner gun at the self checkout, and I scan the code that's on my phone, and it automatically pays for the order. So it makes it really easy. Today's topic is going to be about apartment or just about gate codes, how to getting inside gated communities. That's the topic. I'm like, what was the topic again? It's how to what did I call it? Every day I try to make sure I create a topic. How to DoorDash in gated communities. That's what the topic is. So yeah, so during the video, every time we deal with a situation where it's a secured community and we have to do something to get in, I'll let you guys know the process of what I'm dealing with and how I troubleshooted to get to the front door and deliver the order. So we'll see what happens. I can't predict what's going to happen. So as we go along, I'll just tell you guys what I'm expecting, and then of course what actually happens and how we dealt with it. That seems like a pretty safe topic to talk about, because every single day there's always something that goes on with gated communities in this town. I would say 80% of the places I go are secured with some type of either a gate or a security guard. Sometimes both. So I thought that would be a pretty safe topic to discuss, because more than likely sometime today we're going to encounter that, and so that's why I brought it up. But so far the weather is nice today, 71 degrees. The high today I think is only going to be in the low 80s. And right now there's just a few clouds in the sky. Blue skies, sunny as always here in Vegas. I didn't get to work yesterday. I had a situation occurred yesterday. My refrigerator died, so it was a sad event. And I was up early in the morning trying to transfer everything from the refrigerator in the kitchen into the refrigerator in the garage. So that was a dramatic event. And then once I got everything transferred over and shoved into the refrigerator garage, which wasn't easy because that refrigerator already had stuff in it. So it took a while to organize it, to get it all to fit. But once I did that, the next fun part began, which was going online and trying to figure out what kind of refrigerator I want next. So that took a while. So that's why I didn't work. I just said, just take the day off. This is stressful. Don't deal with doing any delivery work. Work on getting another refrigerator. So the one I had in the house was a KitchenAid refrigerator, and it gave me nothing but problems. It was a very expensive refrigerator, and I guess it had some type of motherboard defect. At least that's what the repair guy said. And he said it would be cheaper for me to just get another refrigerator rather than replace the motherboard. So it finally died. So I said, okay, well, I'm not gonna replace it. I'm not gonna repair it. I'm just gonna get a brand new one. And that refrigerator didn't even last me that long. I swear it only lasted no more than 10 years, 12 years, something like that. Not that long. And the other one, I've had it for probably 20 years, and it's still running. No problems. I've never had to repair it. And that other one, I've had a technician come out at least one time. No, maybe twice I've had somebody come out for that one. I don't recall. So I decided that I would get the same brand name as the one I have in the garage. And the one in the garage is a GE, and GE refrigerator, so it's not letting me down. So the next one coming is going to be a GE refrigerator as well. We made it to Albertsons. It's nice to get I think we got like mostly all green lights to get here. I'm just going to park here and we'll go inside and pick up the stuff. Alright, everything's in the car. Going 11 minutes, 3.4 miles. It is a townhouse. Leave at the door and do not ring the doorbell, please. Let's go. I think this one is going to take me right back into my hotspot zone. It's going to work out real nice. Shopping was easy. There was no problems at all for anything. All the items were in stock, and it was really fast. I don't think I was in there more than about 5-10 minutes. Which way do you want me to go? Alright. So let me tell you about what happened inside of the store. Inside. So the first item that I scanned was some heirloom navel oranges. So I just tapped on the photo of that item, and it brought up specifically that item in a, with the name and the big photos. You can really see it well. And after I did that, I pressed on the button Found Item, and that led me to the next screen, and that was where I could scan a barcode. So then I scanned the barcode on the oranges, and then that took me to the next screen, which is just the main menu for the shopping list. And it just says item found and moved to completed. And then I shopped, and I did the rest of the items, and there were just, I think, 3 more items I had to shop for. And then it took me to the part where I could head to the checkout section of the app, and then it just says, nice, you found every item. And then at the bottom it says pay with a code, and I tapped on that, and then that brought up the actual code that I would scan at the checkout, and it says scan QR code to pay for this order. And then I scanned, and then after that you press done, and you take a picture of the receipt, and you're good to go. Then it takes you right to the directions. So that was it. That was the process for Uber Eats for the shopping. So I just wanted to show you guys an example. I think yesterday, or the day before yesterday, I showed an example of what happens when you shop with DoorDash using the red card. So, and this was an example of how to do the shopping using a QR code given by Uber Eats. The drop-off that we're going to is going to have a guard. So every guarded community, you have to present your driver's license to the guard. Sometimes they look at your driver's license, and sometimes they don't. And the only reason why I know there's going to be a guard at this community is that I've been there before. If you've never been to a place before, you won't know to the last minute, but you should always have quick access to your driver's license. Doing this job, if you know you live in an area that has a lot of guard-gated communities. So I always have my license, in my wallet at the ready to quickly pop it out. So that's good to go. And so for this community, the only thing I have to do is tell the guard hello or good morning, so a greeting of some sort, and then you tell them the address you're going to. And so I'll just say, hey, how's it going? Or hey, good morning. And then I'll say 1234 Main Street, and they'll be like, okay. And then after that I'll say Uber Eats, or I'll say DoorDash or whatever. So I'll say also, why I'm there, the reason. I'll say delivery, Uber Eats delivery, and then once in a while they'll ask the name of the person. Once in a blue moon they'll actually be like, well, who's it for? And I'll tell them whatever the app says who it's for. That's it, and then they let you in. So that's it, that's the process. And then you just get to the house, and you either leave it at the door, or you meet at the door, or whatever you're gonna do. That's pretty much the gist of the whole thing. It's really simple. It's just when you're new to doing it, you'll be nervous at first because you're worried you're gonna forget something or mess something up. But after a while, it just becomes like a routine. So this particular gated community is not difficult. The guards are usually pretty easygoing, and they'll usually let me in the moment they see me flash the ID and I say I'm Uber Eats or DoorDash. I guess they must have a thing where any delivery driver that shows up, as long as they show their ID, to let them in immediately. Don't waste their time. So I don't think I'm gonna have a problem with this place today. Should be pretty simple. And then inside of the Albertsons, it was quiet. I think there was one other delivery person in the produce section that was shopping for somebody. I think that was the only unusual thing that I saw. Normally, I'm the only delivery driver I notice inside of stores, but I'm sure as this app just gets more and more popular, gig work gets more and more popular, I'm sure it's just going to be very common that everywhere I go, it's going to be just a bunch of gig workers doing people's shopping, because it seems to be something that the consumers really like and they don't want to give up. It's like starting to become a necessity, because people are always so short on time. This poor person doesn't know how to step on the pedal. Step on the pedal. It's the long one on the right. Step on it. You can do it.
Turn right on the San Verde Parkway.
If I reset my DoorDash or not. I did not. When you're multi-apping with different apps, you always got to make sure to watch the timer on your DoorDash so you don't lose your scheduled dash. Make sure you pause and unpause regularly so you don't lose anything. Hello. All right, thank you. Have a good one. No problem. Everything was fine getting in. This is just going to be a leave at the door, so it's pretty simple.
Turn left on Friendly Court, then drop off.
Okay, it's going to be on the left-hand side. Look for the numbers. I see it. Okay. Grab the eggs first. Make sure I grab both handles so it doesn't fall. Thank you. That's all done. Now I'm gonna unpause my DoorDash, so I'm receiving offers from both apps. I've already had 2 offers come in from Uber Eats. Both of them were lousy, so I rejected them. And now I'm gonna make my way, I guess, to where am I going? I mean, maybe I should just park in here and wait for something to come up. I just don't know how good the internet is here. I don't think this place has good internet, so I'm not going to stay in here. As I recall, my phone signal is intermittent inside of this complex, so I can't wait in here. If the internet was good, I would wait inside of this community for the next offer, but nope. No, that ain't gonna work. $15 for 10 miles. No, that's too off. It was $17. I think that's my minimum. That's too low. $3.75 to go to CVS. No. I got the next offer from Uber Eats. We're going to be going to Starbucks. I'm going to get $9 for 1.7 miles. This is a really good one. That's like, man, over $4 for every mile. Hopefully the offers just keep coming real fast like this, and really, really good size ones. And then I can just end my day a lot sooner. It's about 7:38 right now. And normally I work until 9:30 or 10. But maybe I'll be able to end my day sooner than that. I just never know. But no matter what, lately, no matter what, I've been ending it at 9:30 or 10, whether or not I hit $50 or not. Oh, they want to do an add-on to the order. Alright, I got a stack. I also have to go to Carl's Jr. and pick up an order and I'm going to get $5.13 for 3.3 miles. Not as good, obviously, as the other one, but I'll take it. Where am I going to first? Starbucks. Alright. The Carl's Jr. is in the same shopping center as the Starbucks. In fact, I think you guys are going to see it when I make this turn, yeah. So I just got to go over here, make a right. And of course, Starbucks looks really busy. I'm going to have to park far away. Alright, this is a good enough spot. Let's go in. No waiting on the Starbucks order, but that place was so crowded. Now I'll just head on over to Carl's Jr. And the door should be open. It normally is. Usually if I go through the drive-thru, it takes too long. All right, let's go get it. About a 5-minute wait. All right, the first drop-off is going to be an apartment just 2 minutes from here. It says, I will meet you outside at the gate. Okay, great. That means I don't even have to deal with the gate code or getting inside the complex. That's fantastic. Sometimes when they say that, it doesn't work out. Like they think it's taking too long and they go back to their apartment. So I'll look for them when I first go in, but I do have their apartment number, so if they're not there, I can get to their front door to drop it off if they're not. They said I'll meet outside at the gate. Let's see if they're gonna meet me or not. We're gonna find out.
Turn right on Penwood Street.
I don't see anyone. Oh wait, there they are. I see them. Hello. There you go. You're welcome.
Have a good day.
Have a great day. Alright, she's happy.
Head to your drop-off at 1025 West Spencer Street.
And that was easy. She was actually waiting on the other side of the secured gate for me. So that worked out just fine. Now we're going to drive 11 minutes, 3.2 miles to drop off the Carl's Jr. It's going to be an apartment, and it's going to be a leave at the door. Gate code is enter on this street. Got it. Alright, so the first drop off was easy, and that was the one that paid the most. So, but the grand total is going to be about $14 and change for this delivery, for the stack, for the group together. So 14 and 12 is 26. So now I'm over halfway already to my goal of $50. And the time is currently 7:48. So when did I start working? I think I started working just a little bit before 7. So it's been about an hour. So I think that comes out to $20 an hour at the moment because, I'm not at the drop off yet. It's still 10 minutes away. It's probably more than 20. I'm probably making 20. For this first hour, I'm probably going to make like $22, $23 an hour. Because 14 and 12 is 26. And even if it was an hour and 15 minutes, so yeah. You get the picture. It's somewhere between $22 and $24 an hour. For this first hour, so we're doing good. I wish every customer would just walk up to the car and I just hand it to them. That would make it go by so fast. Because I get most of my exercise I get usually inside the grocery stores, pushing the carts and picking up all the items. When I did Uber X and I did Lyft, I got no exercise at all. The only exercise you got was picking up people's luggage and putting it in the trunk. That was not exercise. There's no cardio going on at all. I can remember doing that job for hours and hours every day. And my legs would go numb from sitting for so long in the car. What are you telling me, Al? Why are you telling me to make a right on that street? That's not the faster way to go. Sometimes the app gets confused for certain places. Like this particular apartment complex, the app always wants me to enter at an entrance where I can't get in, and so it does everything it can to force me to go to that entrance, and it's the wrong entrance. So I just have to remember it from experience where to go at this point to get to the right entrance for the apartment. And I think it's a greater distance, that's why. So even though I think this was quoted as a 3.3 mile job, in actuality it's more than that. It's probably a half a mile further than what it's saying. And then after this drop off, I have to think about where I'm going to drive to next to get my next offer. I could stay in that apartment complex and wait for my next offer because it's still close to like a Chick-fil-A is near there. To see how I feel. Sometimes it's just not convenient to park at that complex because there's no guest parking that I can find. I'm usually I'm having to park in somebody's parking spot to do the delivery, and then I gotta quickly get out of there before the resident comes back home. Now this complex is a gated community, and the gate is normally open at this time. And if it's not open, usually no code will work at all at this complex because the code box is either broken or it's just not set up right. I've never been able to get anybody to buzz me in to this particular gate of this community. It's always just wait until somebody lets you in. You know, like another car has a clicker and will let you in. That's been the only way I've been able to get into this community in the past. So we'll see when I get there. I guess you could call it a follow another car in gated community. So the gate's either open or you're going to have to just follow someone in to get to the drop off. Those are your choices. What is the building number? Okay. While I'm waiting here, I also have this community mapped out in my Google Maps. So I'm going to tap on the apartment building number in my Google Maps. And if it turns out that if the mapping pin they dropped in Uber Eats is wrong, I'll turn to my Google Maps and I will use that to navigate to the correct building. Sometimes they just they don't drop the pin right. I know it's the customer that does it. The customer must specifically select what building that they're at. The people that are really good at using this delivery thing, they'll be able to map their building so good I can actually tell what side of the building their door is located on. And then there are some people that that map the pin so wrong, it's not even in the right apartment complex. Is the gate going to be open or not? It's open. Still don't see any building numbers. It says it's this building here on the right. I guess I'll park over here on the left. Hopefully I'm not taking somebody's parking spot. Thank you. Okay, that's all delivered. No problems with the drop off. Found the apartment door right away. They were excellent at using the mapping pin. They were one of the customers who accurately put where their building door was, where their apartment door was. So that worked out really well. Now I'm gonna get out of here because there's just no place to park that's safe in this area, in this complex. And let's see, I can either make my way to a Chick-fil-A and wait there for an offer, or I can go to where the McDonald's is and wait there. I'll probably go towards the McDonald's only because that would just make more sense logistically to where I like to be closest to when I'm delivering. And usually if I park at the Chick-fil-A, a lot of the offers that come in are just Chick-fil-A offers. I'm not sure why. Sometimes they're Panera. Chick-fil-A or Panera offers come in. But I have like a central hot spot that I like to always make my way towards no matter what. Just in case it gets really slow. And I just want to just head for home and wait for offers at home. So you never know when the app is just not gonna send anything. It could be like super busy and it'll be sending you offer after offer, and then at any random moment, offers will just stop. There'll just be nothing coming in. So I always try to just assume that there's no more work, and I need to get go to the nearest waiting spot and wait for the next offer. And then after about 5 to 10 minutes, if nothing comes in, then just go home. Go home, wait at the house, take my shoes off, relax, put the TV on, get something to drink, and just wait until something comes in where I'm comfortable, rather than sitting my butt in my car waiting for something to come in and then ending up turning the app off because I'm sick of sitting in my car. That's one of the biggest gripes with gig workers that do delivery work, is just sitting in your car and having nothing to do. It makes you go cuckoo. So if you can, try to figure out a good location where you can actually stand up and get out of your car if you can't go back home. I know some people will actually wait inside of Starbucks. They'll like get out and they'll go inside of Starbucks just to get out of their car. But that, once again, you have to go, you're back to sitting down again. It's like the opposite problem most most customer service people have. Most customer service people are on their feet all day long, and they're just begging for a chance to just sit down. And then delivery drivers have the opposite problem. We're always sitting down, and we're just dying for a moment where we could stand up and get blood flowing back in our legs. Well, so far the app is really quiet. I think one offer came in that was no good, and that was it. So it's quiet again. But like I said, I've just got to give it 5 minutes. I've got to park at a hot spot and wait. I got to do that, give it a chance. Right now, I just want to head back home, and I want to skip this step. I would really like to just head back home right now, but I've got to keep up my strategy to minimize miles in my car. So I've got to give the app a chance to send me something in the next 5 minutes. $11 for 8 miles. Nope. $6 for 12 miles. Nope. Go to Chick-fil-A. $4 for 2 miles. Nope. $5 minimum. Sorry. Alright, I think I have a shady spot I can park. $3 for 4 miles. No. There's usually a shady spot here that I always park at. $7 for 16 miles. Nope. Alright, I found my shady spot. Let's wait 5 minutes. Alright, I got the next offer. I'm going to be going to, of course he's going this way. Psychopath. People and their driving skills, man. So rude. Alright, I got the next one. I'm going to be going, it's from DoorDash. I'm going to be going to Jack in the Box and then to Crumbl and dropping off for 2 different customers. I'm going to get $11.62 for 5.9 miles. That driver was rude as hell. He didn't care one bit that I was trying to straighten my car out to get to the right side. I couldn't fully back up because there was a garbage truck behind me. They didn't care. He was looking for some free insurance money. He's like, I'll hit you and then I can say that you were on the wrong side of the road. I'm like, dude, it's a parking lot. First stop's going to be the Jack in the Box, and then the Crumbl is in the same shopping center. Oh, let's go in and get it. Oh, about an 8-minute wait. It was busy in there. Man, that place was busy. Somebody ordered like 25 tacos and was holding everybody up. People love those tacos. This person didn't even order any tacos, but the order was so large that it was taking up all the time for all the employees to get that order put together. And then all these people suddenly came inside of the Jack in the Box. All of a sudden, there was like a line of 4 people. I was customer number 2, and there was one guy in front of me and 2 people behind me. And the one guy in front of me, he was actually getting gift cards, and he was taking the longest time to get he got like $200 or $300 worth of gift cards. All right, we're here at Crumbl. Let's get this one. No waiting on the Crumbl. 7-minute drive, 1.2 miles. We're gonna be dropping off the Jack in the Box. It's a handed to me, and they gave me no gate code, and it's a gated apartment community. It's gonna be that time to follow somebody in. This particular community we're going to, I think, is a real tough one. The gate's always closed, and you gotta just wait for somebody to come out or go in and follow them. Those are really the only options, if it's the complex I'm thinking of. This customer looks like they don't use DoorDash that often, and that's why they don't have a gate code, and that's why they're also doing a handed to me, because they're very nervous about the delivery not getting there. Well, so far this delivery, the only hiccup has been the Jack in the Box, the long wait time, and I think the drop-offs are going to be tough for. Oh wait, this is not an apartment. Based on where this is a business, I'm going to drop this Jack in the Box off at, so it's fine. This is going to be a regular customer, somebody working in an office building. Thank goodness. The second drop-off, based on the map, it looked like I'm going to Anthem Country Club, and that one's a guard-gated community. And I have to show not only do I have to show my driver's license there, but you actually have to pull up your driver profile, and they have to make sure your app profile name matches up with your driver's license. They're really strict at that. They're the only community that does that in this area. They must have a lot of criminals that try to get into that community, is my guess. I see the building. What is the suite number? It's on the first floor. Just trying to find a spot close to the front door so I can head on in. Alright, let's drop this first one off. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, first. Okay, great. You're welcome. Have a good day. Thank you. that drop off was easy. First floor, it was like the very first door when I walked inside of that building. Now comes the long one. This is probably where the money is. This was the one that tipped the most, more than likely, because it's going to be a 16-minute drive. 16 minutes, 5 miles, contactless delivery. And it's going to be a house. Whew, man. This will take us 75% of goal, so we're almost there. If we get one more $12 offer, that'll be the end of the day. Time is 8:25 a.m. On a day like this, I should actually be working longer because the pay seems to be averaging up there in like $25 an hour. So I technically should keep working, but after yesterday and the refrigerator, I'm just like not in the mood. I wasn't even in the mood to really do this job today, but sometimes you gotta push yourself out of the rut. So I told myself, just do the $50 and then go home. I said at least, or either do the shift, the time allotted, which would be till 9:30 or 10, or if you hit your goal early, take your money and go home and see how you feel tomorrow. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of just waiting till I get to the $50 or the time runs out, and then go home and see how I feel tomorrow. The refrigerator breaking got on my nerves. I think it bothers me not because it broke, but because it was such an expensive refrigerator, and for it to be such poor quality for as much as it cost to purchase it. It should have lasted much longer. But that just goes to show you that the dollar amount you pay for something does not guarantee how long it's going to last. A lot of these fancy refrigerators, they're all just for looks. So when you get a refrigerator that costs a lot of money, you're getting it for the fancy name, and it's known for being a luxury appliance, kind of like those Viking stoves. They're known for, it's like a chef quality, so you're like, oh, I'm getting this real high-end thing for 10 times the price of a regular stove. When in actuality, all you're doing with that stove is you're frying some eggs every once in a while on it. You're not an actual professional chef. You just want to have that fancy status of people noticing that you have expensive things in your kitchen. I don't know if that's a trend anymore. Back in the day, it was a trend to impress people with your fancy kitchen. the kitchen was considered the centerpiece of the home, and you wanted everybody to be wowed by your kitchen when they walked into your house. I don't know if that's a trend still or if that's disappeared. When I was a child, the kitchen was not important. It was the formal living room was the centerpiece, and you put all kinds of expensive things in your formal living room that you showed off how much money you had. It just goes to show you how things change with the times. I know some people, some of the neighbors, they had furniture so fancy they would cover it in plastic, and you could never sit on it because it was covered in plastic. And even the houses that we'd go to, we'd visit, they would never let us kids go into the formal living room. They'd always tell us to go into the family room to play, or the backyard. That was for the grown-ups. Yet we never saw anybody ever in those rooms. They were just like a museum area. You were just there. You were there to like look at it and move on. Never use that room. I think in my house now, I have what is supposed to be an area for a formal living room, but I use it as a family room. It's like I don't want to have any wasted space in my house. I want all my space to be usable space that I can enjoy. Well, we're just about at the entrance to Anthem. It's 8:30, so all the gardeners are probably heading in. So it's going to be a long wait to get inside. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know how many lanes they have open today. Sometimes they have 2 lanes open for guests to get into here, and then sometimes there's only 1 lane. Right now it looks like they have 2 lanes open, but it is so packed. I guess I'll just get in the left lane. The only thing working for me is in this lane there's a long landscaping truck, so maybe my side will move faster. And there's no sense like jockeying for position. It just irritates everybody if you try to play a game of which lane is moving faster. Let me jump in it. Oh, and I gotta get my driver profile ready. So let's see, what should I do? I'll take a screen capture of the address. Then I'll exit out of the delivery, and I'll go to my profile. There. Then I'll go to the screen capture of the address. There. Now I have the I can easily toggle between my profile name and the address. So I've taken a picture of the customer's address, and that way I can tell the guard the address, and then when he says, oh, can you pull up your profile, I just toggle to the actual app that has the profile name. Well, so far the faster lane is straight ahead. And that guy's asleep at the switch. Hello.
What's the name? Alright. Pull up Bluetooth.
Alright.
Can you pop up your profile account for me?
Yep.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Great.
Have a good one.
Thank you, sir.
At the second gate, just give us a call, okay?
All right. Try to go around this guy because he got stuck. They're trying to be more efficient. They're moving real quick. They got a good system. They're moving much faster today. And now there's a second gate I have to get through, he said. So I'm going to have to call the guard gate once I get to the second gate. And then they'll let me in that one. It's a long process, I tell you. This is my least favorite place to come to because it takes so long to do a delivery. About the only plus is that at least I'm not racking up miles on my car. That's about the only plus. Other than that, it's a total pain to come out here to drop something off. They must be paying the guards here more money because they just seem to be much more with it lately than the guards in the past. Got another 0.6 miles, 4-mile drive at 25 miles an hour. Sometimes there'll be a security person just out here in the middle of nowhere with a radar gun, and they'll actually try to like clock your speed as you're driving. That's how strict they are in this area. I don't think you can get in trouble because if you're not a resident here, they can't do anything. It's if you're a resident. Or if you do it something severe, they can actually have your license plate at the main gate and they may not let you in. That's possible. They'd be like, you can't come into our community. You're known for being a speeder. Alright, we're here. I gotta call the guard gate. Call security. Call security. Oh, someone's coming. I don't have to call security. Fantastic. Open that gate and let me in. Oh, that's great. Ooh, save me a trip. Save me work. Thank you for saving me work. Now I don't have to deal with calling anybody. I love it when that happens. Sometimes they don't answer the phone because those guards, they're busy. They're busy trying to get people inside. They're checking driver's licenses and whatnot. They don't have time to be answering the phone. Alright, where are you? It's going to be on the left-hand side. Gonna be this next one here, and I'm just gonna pull over and run to their front door, and then I'll turn around after I'm done. Okay, we're here. Thank you. Alright, success. We're all done. And they came out and snatched up their cookies right away. They wasted no time. They're like, give us those cookies. back on my Uber Eats app. Time is 8:39. It would be nice if I got something right away so I can just move on. Otherwise, it's going to be about a 10-minute drive to get to the next waiting spot for an order. $6.59 to shop at Target for 2 items. It's always tempting because, I just want to be done. But I know if I drive all that way, I'm eventually going to get something else. So no. If I were to drive that distance and shop, that's a lot of time. I think it's like a 15-minute drive alone, or a 12-minute drive alone to get to the Target. So to only get $6 for an offer like that is no good. It's like, well, that's not worth it. I can easily get a better offer that'll be $2 for every mile if I just wait. If I just keep driving and I wait for another offer. It's like right now I'm so desperate for an offer that I'll take something less than $2 a mile, but not $1 a mile. No, that I'm not taking. And then I'll modify that once I get closer to my hot zone, my hot spot area. Then it'll go back to $2. This road is pretty though. It's very relaxing. It's the last thing you'd expect to see in a desert community. I mean, this is Vegas. We live in the desert. So this is the last thing you would expect to find in the desert. They must spend a lot of money on water and landscapers to keep this community looking like this. And then they got a big lake over here on the right with ducks. That's got to be expensive to keep that little pond full of water. Because with the sun here, that water evaporates real quick. Well, we're just about at the exit point. After this, I'll have about another 5 minutes to get to my next waiting spot. I think now we got just $12 more to make, and the day's over. That could be 2 $6 offers, or it could just be one $12 offer. Right now, I'll take anything you want to give me. I guess I'll go all the way down to where the Smith Shopping Center is, that has a Roberto's, and across the street is a Panda Express, although Panda's not open yet. It's not even 9 o'clock. But there's a Roberto's, and then there's that Munchbox. I usually get offers from Munchbox all the time. And there's that Baguette Cafe. There's a Subway. I haven't gotten a Subway order in a long time. I don't think they're popular anymore. I don't think people care for Subway anymore. I think people find the food to taste like low quality or something. Or they're just burned out on it. I'm kind of starting to get that way with McDonald's. I'm getting tired of the way McDonald's food tastes. It's very it tastes low quality. My favorite place to get food is Cafe Zupa's. They have some real tasty sandwiches and salads and drinks. And if I want a burger, I get it from like Red Robin. They make a really good burger. I miss the burgers they have in California. They make some really good charbroiled burgers. I'm getting that stupid shopping order again. Now it's 3.8 miles. Nobody's gonna take that offer. Who would do shopping for $6 and have to drive all that way? The only way I would take that offer is if it was the end of my day and I just needed that last $6 to hit my goal. But so far today it's been really busy, so there's no need to right now to be acting like a beggar right now. Right now you gotta stick to the strategy. I have at least 45 minutes to an hour before I have to get that $12, so it should be easy. Right now I got 22 miles on the car and I'm getting 60 miles to the gallon. There was a guy I saw on a YouTube, was it YouTube or was it? Or maybe it was TikTok. And his car only got 16 miles to the gallon. I was like, dude, you're driving the wrong car to be doing this job. Albertsons, $6.50. It's like the same thing as Target. It's the same situation, only it's Albertsons. That's the wrong car to drive. You gotta drive a fuel efficient car to do this job, or all your money goes to the gas station. I think that was the whole point. Well, when I first got this car, I wanted to just make sure it got good gas mileage because, I like saving money. And I'm like, what's the most fuel efficient car I can possibly buy? And this was it at the time. I don't know, even today, I don't know if there's a more fuel efficient car to get. I don't really trust electric cars, so, fully electric, so I'll never get a fully electric vehicle. Walgreens, $4.50 for 2 miles. That's too low to shop. Goodbye. Electric vehicles, the range is not reliable. It'll say you have 200 miles left of range on your electric vehicle. And then suddenly you're driving and it plummets. It's like all of a sudden it'll say, now you have 60 miles of range. Because it's just an estimate it gives you. And just depending on whether or not you're going uphill or you've got the air conditioner on, all these variables, or how well the battery is holding its charge, all those things can affect the range of the electric vehicle. With this car, I don't have to worry. It's a gas-powered vehicle with a battery pack, basically. So you treat it just like it was like a regular car that you put gas in, and the battery just supplements it so that it gets the 60 miles to the gallon. And if I'm ever low on gas, I just pull into a gas station and put more gas in it. The batteries are they're almost like they're invisible in a hybrid car. You're not even you forget that it partially runs on batteries. And a fully electric one, that's all you think about when you're driving, is that you're 100% dependent on that battery lasting you until you get to the next charge. Alright, we made it to the shopping center, and nothing's come in yet, so I'll park somewhere where there's not a lot of cars, wait 5 minutes, and if nothing comes in, I'll head for home. Alright, see you in 5 minutes, or sooner. Well, nothing came in. I've been here for about 6 minutes, and now I'm going to get the heck out of here. I'm just waiting for this guy to back out of his parking spot. It looks like it happened. The work dried up. So nothing I can do about that. So now it's time to make my way back to home base and wait for something at home. I got the next offer from Uber Eats. I'm gonna go to 7-Eleven. I'm gonna get $6 for 3.1 miles. I was at home for a really long time, and it doesn't look like I'm gonna hit the goal because it's already 9:26, so I'm only supposed to work until 10. And look how long it took me just to get this $6 offer. So, I mean, maybe there'll be an add-on that'll come in as I'm dropping this one off, or I don't know. I'm not very hopeful. But I am very hopeful that I'll have my day ending in the next 30 minutes. So that's some good news. Let's go pick it up. Just a couple minute wait. Verify the order. Complete the pickup. I'm gonna be traveling 9 minutes, 2.6 miles. It's a house, it's a leave at the door. Oh, joy, joy, joy. Nobody here at the 7-Eleven. Looks like I was the only one. The guy was just cleaning. He was like wiping things down when I walked inside. And he had the order all ready to go. So that was real simple. No complications at this pickup. So that's making me feel like there's a possibility I'll be able to do one more. I should have this dropped off and done by 9:40. So that's 20 minutes of time left to do one more. So who knows? I cannot see the future. If I had a crystal ball, I would know. Are there any gate codes for this? No, it says just leave it at the door. Now sometimes, even though there's no gate code given, sometimes there is a gate. Let me see if I can take a peek at where I'm going. No, this particular neighborhood doesn't have any gates. See, that's the nice thing about always delivering in the same neck of the woods. You get real familiar with the neighborhood, and you know where the problem areas are. And that makes the job less stressful. it's not the what usually is not the pickups that are the hardest part of the job. It's the drop-offs that are hard because of the unknown things that can happen when you're trying to do the drop-off. Sometimes you just can't get to the door. You try your hardest to deliver, and they just put all these obstacles in front of you where you can't get to the door. So that makes it really tough. That guy went through the red light. Way to go. Way to go. I'm supposed to pick up some stuff from the market today, and I'm going to be right near a Smith's grocery store. So after I drop this off, I may pause the app and then just get those groceries. But one of the things I have to get is sour cream. I don't think I can keep sour cream in the car if I'm going to do one more delivery. Oh boy. It's always a tough call. It's like I could waste miles because I'll have to go to another market after I'm done with the day. Oh boy, it's a tough call. Like I'm always trying to conserve miles, so I'm like, what's the best thing to do? And I'll figure it out. Once I drop this off, I'll know. I mean, if the app suddenly gives me something sensational, so this is the plan. I'll drop off this order. Then I'll start making my way towards the Smith's to get the groceries. And while on my way to the Smith's grocery store, if I get a good offer, I'll take it and stop and I'll skip the shopping at the Smith's for my groceries, my personal groceries, and I'll do the delivery. But if nothing comes in by the time I reach the Smith shopping center, I'll turn off the apps, do my shopping, take the groceries home, and then unpause my apps and start doing more deliveries. How about that? Sounds like a good idea. Or even better, if I make it to the Smith's and I get the groceries, I'll just end my day. That sounds even better. So if I make it to the Smith's, my day's over. And I won't hit the goal, but tomorrow's always another day. That's the best thing about it. Tomorrow's another day. And my $50 goal is not a hard numbered goal. It's just a fun number, something to do. It's like a fun little achievement. It's like, will I hit the 50 today? Will I be way under? It's like, oh, we'll see. Because this is not, as I always put in the description now for all my videos, so I don't get comments about it. This job is a hobby. It's something I do for fun, for extra money. It's not money that I need to survive. It's not I gotta do this job to make a living. And I try to always put that in the description of the video so that people don't get upset when they see how little money I make. Because I've gotten quite a few comments over the time I've been posting my videos about the dollar amount, and I try to emphasize. Even when I created this channel and I tried to come up with a name for the channel, I wanted it to just be emphasized that it's just people riding along with me while I do deliveries, and it's not about making a lot of money. So I think that's why I came up with the ride along name. But even with that channel name, people still didn't quite get it, and were a little bit thrown why my goal was such a low dollar goal. So I started putting it in the description $4 for 3.4 miles. No. $6.57 for 9 miles. No. I said no. $6.48 for 3.5 miles to do 2 deliveries. Oh, I have to take it, so that's going to help me to achieve my goal. Alright, I accepted it. It's such a low number of miles. I think both deliveries are for the same place. I'll tell you about that one momentarily, but let's drop off this order first.
Turn right on Union Free Circle, then drop
Well, at least it's good news. I'm going to hit the goal. So that's something, huh? We're going to hit the $50 goal today. Whoop-de-doo. Alright, it's going to be on the left. I believe it's this house here. Yeah. Thank you. It's gonna be a leave at the door. Oh. Alright, that was easy. Next up, we're gonna go to Starbucks. And I'm gonna pick up for 2 different customers. I'm gonna get $6.48 for 3.5 miles. That's gonna do it. And then I'm gonna tap on, oh, this app, I swear. Sometimes it doesn't work right. Sometimes it won't let me do screen capture sometimes, and I don't know why. Alright, so we're headed towards the Starbucks, as you can see on the screen, and then I'm going to tap the 3 horizontal lines in the bottom right hand corner, and that's going to take me to a screen where I can say stop new requests. And I'm going to tap on the stop new request, and now the app will stop bothering me. It will no longer send me offers. And in fact, when I finally deliver the last delivery, the app will just take me offline, and that will be the end.
turn right, then pick up on the left.
It's busy. A lot of people here today. Both orders are ready, no waiting. Verify. Complete the pickup. We're going to be dropping off the big bag first. 1 minute from here. 0.1 miles. It's here in the shopping center. Oh my gosh, it's inside of the Smith's grocery store. Oh my gosh. It's like the universe is telling me to pick up that sour cream and just shove it in one of my thermal insulated bags. Oh my gosh.
Turn right.
This is a fantastic situation. I can actually deliver a coffee and then pick up the things I need to get in Smith's. I just need 2 items and do the self-checkout and then deliver this last Starbucks item. That never happens. This is a rare moment. I have to drop this off at the Smith's pharmacy. So I don't know which side the pharmacy's on in this particular Smith's. What side is it on? Well, I'm gonna gamble that it's on the left side, and I'll go inside and park. Oh, this lady's gonna get in my way. Alright, let's go drop this off. Secure the other one. All right. I got my shopping done. Alright, let me put my sour cream in a delivery bag, zip it up. I don't have to worry about the sour cream. Oh, I got a 10-minute drive. Man, that sour cream better be okay. I'm sure it will be. Once you put it in those insulated bags, I should be good to go. Man, this worked out fantastic. There was a little bit of a delay getting to the pharmacist because there was a line, and I had never delivered to this particular pharmacy before, so I wasn't exactly sure the process I had to deal with in order to hand it to the pharmacist. And she told me, she's like, you could just set it inside the window, you don't have to wait for me. And I'm like, oh, okay, so I know that in the future. We're going to be traveling 7 more minutes, 2.9 miles. It's a house, it's a leave at the door. Please leave at front porch. Thank you. Excellent. So we got about a 7-minute drive, so this is going to be just 7 more minutes and this day will be done and I'll have achieved my goal. I will have already gotten the groceries I needed to get for today, and now I can spend the rest of the day having a good time working on video. Making the videos. I've been trying to figure out faster and faster ways to process these videos. I have a new strategy today I'm going to try to use to see if it shortens the amount of time I spend on the video. It always takes a long time. I mean, it takes probably about 2 to 3 hours to edit a video. But the reward is usually good because the video is usually about an hour and a half long. Usually is what it averages. So to spend 2 or 3 hours for an hour and a half video seems to be worth it. The only thing I don't like about spending that kind of time is that it's almost the exact same amount of time I spend creating the content. You know, driving around, picking up and dropping off, driving around the city. That's the only thing I don't like. I'm like, well, it takes me just as long to edit the video as it does to create the content for the video. And then when I do the math, I'm like, well, that's about 5 to 6 hours every day. And that if I do that 7 days a week, that's a 40-hour a week job. I'm like, whoa, this is a long job for somebody who's supposedly semi-retired working part-time. It's kind of a strange it's kind of strange for me to say that I only work part-time if I'm working a 40-hour work week. I'll have to figure that out. I'm starting to think maybe I'll make videos instead of 7 days a week, make them 5 days a week, and then that'll get rid of about 6 hours. But I'm still hopeful that I'll be able to figure out a faster way to edit my content. Well, the Starbucks was just fine. The 2 bags that I picked up were just sitting there, and the Starbucks inside was packed with people. And I was just in a lucky situation that my orders were just sitting there waiting for me. Very lucky. Oh, I'm so glad this is the last one. Currently 82 degrees. I'm almost at 30 miles on the car, and I'm getting 63 miles to the gallon. So all in all today, for gas, I will have spent probably about $2 for gas. Is that right? Because gas is I think $3.60 right now at the Smiths, and I've only used half a gallon, so that's like $1.75. But I'm probably gonna go over the 30. I'm probably gonna end up driving 35 miles because I gotta get back home, obviously. So let's say I spent a grand total of $2 on gas. You can't beat that. You can't beat earning $50 and having to only spend $2 out of that $50. That comes out to what percentage of the money are they getting? 1% would be 50 cents. So is that 4%? 4% of the money. 4% of the money's going to gas. You can't beat that percentage. That's a really good percentage. I see a lot of people that are spending 10% or more of the money they earn on gas. That's a lot. I mean, the taxes alone are at least, if you just do this job by itself and you have no other types of work, gig work or whatever, you're in a 12% tax bracket. So 12% of the money you're earning. I mean, if you live in Nevada, because Nevada is, you only pay federal. There's no state taxes. So 12% of your money is going to the government. And then you're adding on another 10% if you don't have a fuel-efficient car. So already 22% of every dollar you're earning is going to either gas or to the government. Now that's crazy. I really don't understand. See, that's what it doesn't make sense to me that people would drive a car that's not fuel efficient. That is way too much money to be giving away. So I think so. If mine is 4, so 4 and 12, so 16% of my money is going to the government or to gas, which is fine. To me, that's a fair number.
Right on Clark Drive, then turn left on Lander Drive. Turn left on Lander Drive, then drop off. Drop off. Drop off.
I see it. Thank you. Ooh, it smells like marijuana out here. This town, let me tell you. Everywhere you go is the smell of marijuana. Easy drop off. That was a great way to end the day. I love it when it ends with no problems. Where there's it's just a smooth standard delivery without any complications. And it's the best kind of delivery. And a Starbucks order, you can't beat it for the last delivery. Oh, are these people gonna cross the road? It's a lady and her child. This tells me they're gonna cross. Yup. Keep waiting. I got sour cream in the car. I've got to go. Gosh, why didn't you just go? Why were you hesitating? And why didn't you have a signal on in the get-go that you were going to make a right turn? You had no signal on whatsoever. I didn't know if you were going straight, you're making a right, you're making a left.